Well, excited to get back home in front of our home crowd, and got a lot of things going on this week. Obviously honoring D-Mac. He'll be back in. Actually, he'll be in Hog Walk with us. Excited to have him and his Hall of Fame induction, to be able to honor him, as well as the 1969 and 89 team. So we got a lot of activities going to be happening on the hill this weekend. So excited to get back out on the field today. Yesterday was a really good practice. The energy level is extremely high. The guys are flying around, and I anticipate nothing but the best today. And again, this football team is just focused on getting better today, and that's all I can ask. So with that, I'll open up.
Coach, do you like these 11 o'clock kickoffs, just kind of get up and get to it?
Well, not really, but it is what it is. You don't like laying around a hotel all day either. But we'll change our plans a little bit on how we get our guys up and get them rolling, and kind of similar to what we did at A&M, and try to get off to a fast start. But it is what it is, and whether it's 11 o'clock or 4 o'clock, it really doesn't matter at this stage.
Last time you guys were in this stadium, a lot of disappointment, anxious to get back at home and turn things around here.
Yeah, there's no question on that. Just the ability to, as I've said before, we're putting ourselves in position to win games. We got to go find ways now to win them, and it's coming. These guys are continuing to put forth the work and the effort, and that's all I can ask right now, and it's coming.
What are the keys to having success against this Auburn defense? What do you have to do?
Well, we got to pick up first downs. That's the big thing. We got to eliminate 3 and outs. We got to keep our defense off the field as much as possible. They're extremely talented. They got speed to burn. They got depth. There's not too many deficiencies when you watch their defense, but we've got to do a good job of mixing up the run and the pass. We got to be consistent, and just execute our run game.
How has the quarterbacks looked this week, and have you named a starter this week?
No, I haven't named a starter, and probably not going to, not to the end. I don't know that yet, but they've both had a really good day yesterday. A lot of competition. My challenge to them is consistency. That's what we've got to have, and I think Ben's done a great job, coming in as a reliever, and I've shared that with him. And Nick came in as a reliever and did a good job too. So, I'm not having a problem if I put one on the field, and I have to bring somebody off the bench to be a reliever, and so to speak, to get us going. I think these guys have done that, but we'll see how today goes, and go from there. But I've been very pleased with the way they've are competing. And just trying to be consistent with our entire team right now. That's my main message.
There's been a lot made over the friendship that you and Gus have, but how's that friendship changed since you guys are playing each other every year now?
Well, we still talk every week, but the week we play each other. So I hadn't talked to him in over a week, and we'll talk obviously at the game, and then we'll probably talk on Sunday night like we normally do. He is one of my very dear friends, and Christy and Paula are close, and so there's in this profession you have unique friendships, and Gus and I have one, and it goes back to the early 2000s, and he's in high school and I'm in high school, and I got great respect for him. He's done a tremendous job everywhere he's ever been, and his team plays exceptionally hard.
Do you still seek advice like you might have in 2003, or is that kind of beyond the pale now?
Well, no. I mean, we'll talk. In the off season, we may talk a little bit of scheme here and there, but nothing like we did when I wasn't in the same conference with him.
Coach, 18 games in now. I know you're pleased with the quarterbacks where they are now, but how difficult is it to go over that amount of time without having a guy just totally step up and take over the reins?
It has been difficult. One thing that we preach is consistency, and that's what we need. We need at that position, and that's, as you look across the landscape of football in general, that's one of the things you have to be successful, is be consistent at that position, and that's something we got to continue to develop, continue to grow into, and it's going to happen. It's just, but consistency at that position is huge. It's huge for the success of an offense.
Jordan Rogers on the telecast pointed out some mechanical things with Nick's steps. Had that cropped up before, and is it something you can get across and him improve?
Well, it's definitely something that we work on. consistently. And he was as going back and looking at it again, his hips were open a little bit too wide, and his plant foot, and those are just some small details that we drill every day. And as I shared with him before, I mean, there's just some days that you just may not be on, and that's just life. And how you respond to that is really the only thing that matters. And as I asked him on the sidelines the other night when he came off the field in the second half, I said, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Coach, I don't know." And so it was one of those, I just don't know why I'm not hitting it, or hitting the passes. He wasn't frustrated. It was just one of those. Allie, I'm not on tonight. And so, but he comes back and he goes back to work and gets after it. And man, you admire someone like that. And it's he's not the first quarterback I've had that's not had an on night, and he won't be the last.
Coach, have you settled on like the permanent final captains, or you have a fourth one this week, and who's that?
Chase Harrell.
Okay.
Yeah, Chase is our offensive captain this week.
And why is that?
Really well.
You said you probably won't announce the starter, but is it going to be something where you tell them Saturday morning who's the starter? Or will it be
I hadn't even got to that point yet. I've just, we're literally, it's what's the next best decision we can make, and then we just take the next decision and move forward. Today is about getting better today, and we'll reevaluate tonight and talk tomorrow. I mean, it's at this point, I want these guys to prepare both like they're going to be starters. And if I don't name one until we get the bus ride over here, then they're well equipped and well prepared.
Personally speaking, after that first year at Stephenville, how have you taken those lessons that you learned in 03, just personally, about perseverance, and how have you applied that to this year?
Well, I mean, again, this isn't the first time that I've been in a situation as a head coach at 2-4 in year two. It happened at SMU. We were 2-4 coming off a devastating loss against Tulsa in overtime, to have number 11 ranked Houston come in and at home. And so this isn't my first time of that, and nor in my career have this been the first time that we've had some have it not go the way we want it to go. And really the thing that you look at and the thing that you do is you go back to work, you self-evaluate, you self-audit, and you go back to just daily decisions, and encouraging your players to continue to play hard, to see and to give examples of other teams. The Washington Nationals are a prime example. May 23rd. What are they 12 games out of first place, or below 500. Only 8 teams in the history of baseball have ever come back and made the postseason. That was on May 23rd. And so sharing that with our team today is, look how they finished. And so, you build on prior experiences. And obviously, when I was in Stephenville, our first year, it didn't go well. It was the first time in 15 years that we didn't make the playoffs. And that's how I got in touch with Gus, and from there the friendship took off.
Coach, did Devin contact you about his decision to leave and what the reasoning was?
Yeah, he did, and he did. He and I spoke in depth, and we're going to wish him the best of luck. He's a great young man, and we'll wish him the best of luck.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks.
All right.